Nissan is now celebrating 150 million vehicles produced globally, a task that took over some 84 years. With that in mind, we note that the 100 million mark was achieved in 2006, so some 50 million more vehicles have been produced in just over a decade, illustrating the more recent fast growth of the company. And apparently, if the above video is any indication, the Japanese company considers its second-generation Leaf as a jumping-off point into the future, as it prominently places the new Leaf in an extended spot at the end of its celebration video, from 220, and also by giving it the final spot on the featured infographic, below. It was also deemed a good opportunity to celebrate the first 2018 Leafs produced in Japan at Nissan's Apama plant. Those Japanese EVs start to reach customers' hands in less than 2 weeks, October 2, 2017. Nissan isn't big on making customers wait months or years between showing a new model and delivering a new model. For the US and Europe, 2018 Leaf deliveries start in January. Nissan Motor Company, Limited has reached a new milestone with 150 million vehicles produced globally. It took 73 years for Nissan to produce its first 100 million vehicles after the company was founded in 1933, and another 11 years to build the last 50 million. Nissan sees this achievement as the result of 84 years of continued support from all of its stakeholders worldwide, including employees, dealers, suppliers and local communities, as well as the numerous customers who have chosen cars produced by Nissan. When Nissan reached the 100 million vehicle milestone in 2006, 76.5% of the total vehicles had been produced in Japan. Localization of production accelerated in the past 11 years, during which 76.5% of the 50 million Nissan vehicles were made outside Japan, driven in particular by the US and China. Following this latest milestone, Nissan remains committed to delivering cars that satisfy its customers.
When the 2018 Nissan Leaf electric car arrives at dealerships early next year, it will offer fresh styling inside and out, more power, a 150-mile range, and an array of standard or optional active safety features. It will come in Nissan's standard 3 trim levels: base S, mid-level SV, and top-of-the-line SL, with option packages at each level. Somewhat confusingly, though, the 2018 Leaf will offer 3 different types of cruise control, depending on trim level and options. We thought we'd go through them here to help early shoppers sort through the choices as they assess the new Leaf against other electric cars. All versions of Nissan's 2018 electric car, even the most basic Leaf S priced at $30,875 including delivery, before incentives, will have some kind of cruise control. The base Leaf S has standard cruise control. The driver sets the speed, and the car stays at that speed. This is cruise control as most drivers have known it for 20 years, with the driver responsible for avoiding cars ahead. It's not necessarily a standard feature on every compact to mid-size hatchback, but it can reduce energy use at highway speeds by making continuous and minimal adjustments to power demand that are much finer than a driver's right foot can achieve. Moving past the base trim level, the middle Leaf SV and the top Leaf SL both step up to adaptive cruise control. Nissan calls it intelligent cruise control. Regardless of name, it uses forward-facing sensors and control logic to keep the Leaf a safe distance from the car ahead. While the driver no longer has to accelerate, he or she does still have to steer. That brings us to the third option for cruise control, part of the tech package offered only on the Leaf SV and Leaf SL. It's called ProPilot Assist, and it blends the adaptive cruise control of the SV and SL models with active lane control, which goes beyond traditional lane departure correction systems by keeping the car centered in its lane. That means the car is accelerating, braking, and steering itself as long as the driver's hands remain on the steering wheel except for very short periods. This is what's defined as Level 2 autonomy, the second of 5 levels defined for self-driving cars. It's similar to functions built into the Tesla autopilot system, Cadillac's Super Cruise that will also launch this year, and features from other automakers to make highway driving easier. ProPilot Assist will roll out through many Nissan vehicles over the coming years, but it arrives first on the electric Leaf. It serves as a halo feature, one that draws attention to the car's advanced technology, which fits nicely with its longer-range all-electric powertrain. The 2018 Nissan Leaf comes with a 40 kWh lithium-ion battery pack and a projected range rating of 150 miles. Its 110 kilowatt, 147 horsepower, electric motor is considerably more powerful than the 80 kW, 107 horsepower, motor in the first-generation Leaf. The latest Leaf also comes standard with what Nissan calls e-pedal, providing what experienced EV drivers call one-pedal driving via increased regenerative braking. There's no denying the compact SUV market is on fire. Sales are growing month over month at a pace that is seemingly unexplainable and unsustainable. While everyone is rushing to cash in on the madness, no one has done a better job of it than Nissan. Recently, Nissan's redesigned Rogue took over the top spot as the company's best-selling vehicle and even spent a couple months on top of the overall SUV sales charts, bumping off the likes of Honda's CR-V and Toyota's RAV4. Now, based on the success of Rogue, Nissan has introduced the Rogue Sport to the company's North American lineup. Known as the Qashqai, overseas, and in Canada, interestingly, the Rogue Sport shares much in common with its bigger brother. Chassis are similar, with the Sport losing only 2.3 inches of wheelbase to the Rogue. The bodies share a comparable exterior design language and many hard parts as well. Sport is about 200 pounds lighter than Rogue, and the body is more than a foot shorter. Slipping behind the wheel will feel familiar too, since Rogue and Sport use the same driver controls and comfort components. Starting at a mere $22,380, Nissan is hoping to lure Americans aged 20 to 30-something who live in urban areas and don't need a large SUV. After spending a few hours behind the wheel circumnavigating the greater Nashville area, we came to a stark conclusion: the Sport part of its name is awfully misleading. Sure, it's smaller than Rogue, but when it comes right down to it, this compact ute drives an awful lot like its big brother, which is rather unsporty. The only engine option is a 2.0L 4-cylinder that churns out a pedestrian 141 horsepower. While this is plenty for around town, highway merging and passing put the male's shortcomings on full display. Also intriguing is the Sport's fuel economy rating, which comes in at 1 to 2 mpg worse than Rogue, despite its smaller stature and downsized engine. Marketing to millennials isn't anything new or unique to Nissan. But with this approach taken, it left us a bit bewildered at the lack of infotainment technology. Sport is missing things that this age range has come to expect, such as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Need to charge more than one USB device? Get ready for the impending fight for the one yes, one port. If Nissan were serious about drawing in the youngsters, there would be one at each seat. Fortunately, this is where our gripes end. Much like the Rogue Sport handles exceptionally well both around town and on the highway and is immensely comfortable. The quality of materials used on the interior is impressive and the switchgear feels like that from a proclaimed luxury brand. If you're looking for safety features, this Sport has those available as well. Forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, and adaptive cruise control are all available as part of Nissan's Safety Shield technology. And while the engine's output might leave a bit to be desired, the Rogue Sport comes with active trace control, active engine braking, and active ride control, all systems designed to enhance performance and ride comfort. Though our time was brief and not quite enough to fully fall in love when we handed the keys back, there was certainly the musk of lust in the air. The Rogue Sport is all of the things we love about the Rogue, in a more compact package. It's quiet, comfortable, easily navigable, and still roomy enough for all the people and things that matter to an adult in the prime of their lives. We have no doubts that the little Rogue is going to be a big hit.